Here's a man who literally makes money. Whenever his body feels pain, he spits out gold coins. Just a few days ago, Jim grabbed the wrong luggage at the airport and didn't discover until he got home that there was a man inside the suitcase. Not wanting to expose his secret, the man didn't come clean to Jim, instead lying that he'd crossed the mob and begging Jim to let him out. Jim didn't think twice and immediately tried to free him. But right then, a gold coin fell from the man's mouth. Seeing the gold coin in his hand, Jim froze on the spot, and when the man realized he'd been exposed, he decided to stop hiding and told Jim about his strange condition, promising that if Jim saved him, all the gold coins produced would be Jim's alone. Little did he know that once Jim learned this secret, his heart was already blinded by greed. Not only did he stop trying to help, he actually packed the suitcase away. The next morning, Jim went to a gold dealer and learned from the owner that this coin was actually an ancient coin made of pure gold, worth $1,000 for just one piece, and the dealer said he'd buy as many as Jim had. This only strengthened Jim's resolve, so he called his buddy Jack to help execute his get-rich scheme. But when they arrived at his place, they saw his girlfriend walking out looking terrified.
I always knew you were a lot of things, Justin, but never murderer.
Jim rushed inside and found the man's hand sticking out of the suitcase. Now he understood why his girlfriend was scared. Seeing the man in the suitcase was still alive, his girlfriend immediately wanted to free him. But during the struggle, the man spit out a gold coin. While the girlfriend didn't care, Jack had other ideas. Ignoring their protests, he dragged the suitcase out of the bedroom and right in front of them, kicked it down the stairs.
Alex, Jesus!
Seeing the huge pile of glittering gold coins, everyone was stunned. They could no longer suppress their greed and began torturing the man in various ways, making millions of dollars in just 1 week. The endless flow of gold coins not only solved their rent problems, but upgraded their entire lifestyle. Yet instead of showing restraint, they got worse, even using electric shock torture, with zero regard for whether the man lived or died. Until one day, Jim suddenly had a crisis of conscience, thinking they'd made enough money and it was time to free this man. But Jack's mind was completely consumed by money. He immediately hit the electric shock button, planning to squeeze one last payout from the man. This angered Jim, who reached for his phone to call the police, but his girlfriend snatched it away and smashed it to pieces with a hammer.
What are you doing?
Jim never dreamed his once kind girlfriend would attack him for money, and as Jim collapsed in a pool of blood, the two finally realized what they'd done and decided to take the money and run. But seeing the dying man, they decided to drain his last bit of value. Little did they know, this greed would plunge them into an abyss of suffering. The man suddenly burst out laughing, his eyes instantly glowing golden, but the two didn't care and pressed the shock button again. As black smoke billowed out, the man who'd been trapped in the suitcase transformed into a demon, terrifying the pair. But it was too late for regrets. The demon had already prepared empty suitcases for them, and they would pay for their greed. The demon then changed back to human form and went to the airport, where with the help of staff, 2 suitcases containing people were successfully sent down the conveyor belt. It seems those 2 greedy people will pay a terrible price for their actions.